Hi, this is Brent with Studio One Expert, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how we can use the CLA EPIC stereo plugin on a drum bus. And the reason for this is when I'm working on a mix and I just want to create more energy and inspiration, something like EPIC is a really good way to just get some ideas going, and then later on you can tweak it further. But for me, a plugin like this can really help push ideas forward and not stagnate your workflow when you're working on a mix. So let's have a listen to the track here. I've got the plugin on the drum bus and I'm going to use the room, the plate, the spaces, and listen to how it contributes to the overall drum sound. So start with the room fader. I'm going to over-egg it so you can really hear what this is doing. Okay, we're going to have to high pass this all the way up to about 150 Hertz. Same with low pass, because I don't want it to get in the way of any vocal stuff. Pre-delay I'm going to bring down a little bit. And let's add a little bit of modulation on this channel. Okay, let's move on to the next one and keep this quick workflow going. Again, let's hear the hall. So we're getting some serious resonance there, so I'm going to high pass even further than on the last one. I just want this to occupy some of the mid-range. And I'm going to bring down the reverb time on this one. And the pre-delay. And let's just bring back the dry-wet blend. And the modulation down. Okay, let's hear where we are now with the bypass. And engaged. Bit more on the dry wet. So there's a lot more energy to the track already, and we've only been doing it for a minute or two. And lastly, let's head over to the plate plugin. And I can just solo this plate plugin. I like the sound of that a lot. Same as before, high pass, low pass. Gonna have a really short decay time on the reverb. And let's bring the pre-delay right back to about 20. Okay, let's hear everything in context. And let's A-B. And let's over-egg the dry-wet blend. So super quick if you want to get some energy on a track and you don't want to have a really complex routing workflow that's going to distract you from the actual mix and the music in particular. So hope you found this one useful, and in the last video we're going to look at using this on guitars.